Hi, Sophia. Thank you for taking the time to meet with us today. We really appreciate the opportunity to hear about your experiences after graduating from DLCU and are looking forward to learning more about your journey and insights. Can you briefly introduce yourself and tell us about your current job or career?
Hello, my name is Sofia Santiago. I am currently 23 years old, residing in Metro Manila, but I'll be moving to London at the end of the year to pursue my master's. At the moment, I'm a communications officer for the ASEAN Frontier, which is a startup media group that focuses on ASEAN news. I also freelance in event management and social media marketing.
Okay, thank you for that. For the second question, what program did you take in the LaSalle and how did it help prepare you for your career today?
So I took up communication arts. I just recently graduated last June. I would say the program was very helpful in my transition to the career field because it was a very hands-on curriculum. So every term we would have different video projects, broadcasting, uh, I would say events. So I was able to build my portfolio very easily once I left DLSU. And the internships that DLSU pushed for us to have helped me understand what the lifestyle would be like. Because sometimes the media isn't really for everyone. So it helped us understand whether it was something we were good with pursuing or not. I would say the professors that DLSU hires also really helped because they're still active in the media industry. Some are still executive producers of ABS-CBN, others are active photographers. So they were very open in helping us network with people in their field, and they would sometimes bring us along into the work they would do. So we were able to easily gain experience.
Okay, so for our next question naman, so how did you apply the Lasallian values such as faith, service, and communion in your workplace?
I feel with faith, it's more in believing or feeling assured that what we're doing is right. Because in the media, it's all about perception. So with the information we get, it's our responsibility to form how we want people to feel about it. So I would say I tend to pray quite a bit on the decisions I do because I want to live a filling yet purposeful life. And I feel that also blends into the rest of the DLSU values, where, for example, the information I put out, I would hope, is helping society make informed decisions since it's all about the news. And the field communication is a communion, sorry, is present since it's specialized to ASEAN news. So I get to meet different Southeast Asians and Europeans. And when we meet, it's all about how we can make ASEAN more interesting and relevant to the global stage since the future is Asia at the moment. So yeah.
Oh, I see. And what challenges naman did you face after graduating and how were you able to overcome them?
I feel it's the regular I feel uncertain with my future, I guess. The world isn't exactly the most stable right now, especially since I'm in a more artistic route. It was That's also why I decided to just take a master's at the end of this year because even though news is important, there's a very big difference in the lifestyle and income bracket compared to if you go corporate. So I was quite conflicted on whether I should go passion or lifestyle. But yeah, you kind of figure it out as the months go by. I mean, life is very spontaneous. You truly never know the opportunities you're gonna get. Some of my friends, even though we just recently graduated, they're on a whole other path than what we all initially thought we would be in when we started out college. but it doesn't mean that they're not happy and successful in it either. So I think it's just important to keep an open mind. It helps you kind of stay on track with how you live your life. So yeah.
That's nice to hear. So, for the next question, how important do you think are integrity and excellence in your current profession?
I think it's pretty important because in the media, it's all about who can release what first. So I think excellence comes in because we need to make sure that, because usually we go through, I think, 5 filtering processes before any news goes public. So there's a big hierarchy on the people who have to approve certain things, and everything has to, there's no margin for error, I guess, because some people won't see if you give an update on that the information you gave is wrong. So you'd technically be spreading fake news, and that's not a good reputation to have. And as we've seen, I guess in Philippine politics, it can be quite harmful. So I think that's where excellent plays in. And sorry, what is the integrity? I think integrity also matters because, as I mentioned previously, the media is all about trying to get people to feel a certain way, or at least that's how it's taught to us in the industry. That it's always emphasized that we have the power to kind of, educate people on certain things, sway them on how they feel about other topics. So it's very important that you stay neutral and have integrity, because I feel that can bring certain negative outcomes if used wrong. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. For the last question, what advice would you give to Lasallian students who want to pursue a career similar to yours?
I feel they'll have to, well, internships are always really a good way to start, because with news, even though you have high grades, they care more about the work that you produce, because that's really what matters when you're actually in the job. So I would highly recommend that they start doing their own freelance projects if they can, or just really to take internships to build up your portfolio early, because it really gives you a big edge when you want to start out. And I feel maybe also just understanding that the lifestyle isn't the easiest all the time. I have friends, when you start out in the media kasi they give you the graveyard shift. So depending on how big the company you decide to go, the more work you're going to have to do. So I think for ABS-CBN, you'll have to work from 9 p.m. to sometimes 9 a.m. So you'll have to get used to 14-hour to 24-hour shifts, and the pay isn't exactly really there until you reach a certain level. So a lot of people only really survive the media for 4 years and they tend to move out. So it's just a reality I would hope to inform them of so they don't get blindsided either. But if you're really passionate about it, I see a lot of people succeeding in it as well. It just takes really a lot of time and effort, because nepotism isn't really that big of a thing in the media as well, at least not in news, because they really care about the work that you put in. So if you work hard, stay consistent, and you just keep remembering why you started this or why you want this, I feel you'll be okay. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Sophia, for sharing your journey with us today. Hearing about your time at DOSU and how it shaped your career and inspired the salient values into your work has been truly inspiring. Your insights remind us of the impact we can make beyond the classroom, and we deeply appreciate the advice you've shared. It's been valuable to learn from your experiences, and with that, we'd like to conclude this interview. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.